Hello everyone, in this video I'll be discussing the solution of problem D of Code Forces round 640, division 4. Let's get started. In this question you have been given n candies in a row. There are numbered from 1 to n. The size of ith candy is ai. Alice and Bob play an interesting and tasty game in which Alice will eat candy from left to right and Bob will eat candy from right to left. These moves will take place until all candies have been eaten by both of them and the game ends. You have to answer how many moves they both together have played to end this game. What is the sum of sizes of all the candies eaten by Alice and Bob? You have to answer these three questions. But there is one condition in this question. On a move of a player eats the smallest possible number of candies such that the sum of the sizes of candies eaten on this move is strictly greater than the sum of the sizes of candies that the other player ate on the previous move, which means that if it's Alice's turn, then he should eat all the candies whose size is strictly greater than the candies eaten by Bob in the previous step, or vice versa. So how to solve this question? Let's check it out. I have represented this question through as an example and hope while I explain this example to you, you will get to the logic by yourself. So let's get started. First, it's Alice's turn. Bob hasn't eaten any candy, so Alice will eat the candy of size 3 and have first move. After when it's Bob's turn, Bob have to eat candy which is of size greater than 3. So he will eat the candy with size 5. Then Alice have to eat candy which is of greater size than the Bob's previous move. That is, he have to eat candies which is of greater size than 5. Then he will take first candy of size 1, second candy of size 4, that sum up to 5. Then he will need another candy of size 1 to get a candies of size greater than the candies eaten by Bob in the previous move. After this, Bob have to eat all the candies whose size sums is greater than 6. Then Bob will eat 5 and 3 size candies and total size which will sum up to 8, which is strictly greater than 6. Then it's Alice's turn. Then he will eat 5 and 9 size of candy, that is 14, greater than previous sum 8. Then it's Bob turns. He cannot eat candies whose sum of sizes is greater than 40, so he will eat all the remaining candies, and when all the remaining candies are finished, our game is over. As you see here, if we look all the A's, if we sum up all the A's, that is turn all the turns taken by Alice, and sum up all the B's, that is turn taken by Bob, then we will simply find out how many number of turns has played by both of them. And if we sum up all the candies of all sizes eaten by Alice, then we will get the answer of total candy size eaten by Alice, and same we will get the answer for Bob as well. I hope you have understood this fact that Alice will start from left and Bob will start from right, and when they both have finished all the candies, the game will end. Alice will keep on eating candies until his candy size is greater than the move made by Bob in previous move, and Bob will do the same. So let's quickly review its coding part, and I will explain each step in detail. I have handled the test cases by initializing this macro t. I have created n the size of array vector to contain all the candy size, taken the input. I have created a variable j equals to n minus 1 to iterate from behind the array. I have created sum a which will store the total candy sizes eaten by Alice, sum b which will store the total candies of sizes eaten by Bob, count which will count the number of moves made by both of them, previous of A will store how much candies Alice has eaten in his previous move, and prev of B will store how much candy Bob has eaten in his previous move. So we will iterate all the number while I is less than equals to j. I have initialized I equals to 0, that means Alice will start from 0 and Bob will start from j, and when these two cross each other we will came to know that we have eaten all the candies. In this while loop, I have first, before calculating the sum of candies eaten by Alice, I will initialize this prev a to 0 so that I can add new candies to this variable, and in one move Alice will eat as many candies as possible so that the sum of the all candies eaten by Alice is strictly greater than the candies eaten by Bob in his previous move, and our I is less than equals to j, that is I have not crossed the candies that is eaten by Bob. After this is one move for Alice, then we will sum up A, that is in this move how much candy size I have eaten by Alice, we will add it to our sum variable A, and we will increment our count, that is we have taken first move. If our I is greater than equals to j, that is we have crossed the candies that is eaten by Bob, then we will simply break this loop to get out. That means all our candies are finished already. If not, then we will count for Bob as well as we have done for Alice. So after this move, I have calculated in similar manner what are the candies sum eaten by Bob in a single move, and we have decremented J here because Bob will move from backward to forward, that is J is reducing with each candies and I is incrementing with each candies. After this move we have incremented our count variable, that is we have incremented our number of moves and also added sum b equals to prev b, that is candy eaten by Bob in this move to the total candies eaten by Bob in this variable. After this loop end, we will simply print out our count variable, that is the total number of move, sum a, total number of candies eaten by Alice and candies eaten by Bob likewise. I hope you have all understood this question. If you have any doubt regarding the solution of this question, please comment it down. I will definitely solve your problem.